sheer vivid contrast comes a sunny Mexico, the land of the proud and the profane, of adobe walls and skyscrapers, of limousines and donkeys, the very rich and the very poor. These two worlds meet only once a year, which is at the fiesta, and that's why I'm here, excuse me. Hey, Miguel, over here.
Simon!
The world's greatest trapeze artist.
Ah, my old friend, you flatter me.
I don't, you know. I've never seen anybody to equal you. What have you been up to?
Oh, life goes on. The circus toured Europe last summer, and this past winter we were in South America, and now back to Mexico for the fiesta.
Sounds exciting.
Ah, I'm afraid my life is very dull compared to the exploits of the famous Simon Templar.
Carlos, don't.
This is Carlos Segovia of the Bureau of Special Investigation. I wish to speak to Senor Federico Rivas.
Carlos, put down that phone.
Why, Teresa?
Because I can't go on any longer. I've been patient because you insisted, but love can't wait forever, Carlos. You must help me.
Teresa, your husband is dead.
You cannot prove it.
Gaspar is dead, believe me.
Then show me his file. Show me the stamp which says closed.
He tried to assassinate the president. He failed. He was a tool of influential men. The entire police force was out looking for him, including me. If we had caught him, we would have made him reveal the names of these men. So?
So they put out the order to have him killed.
We know they did.
But not that they succeeded.
Teresa, 2 years have passed. We have agents everywhere. If Gaspar was alive, we would have heard.
There are many things the police do not hear of.
Gaspar is either dead or out of the country. Teresa, wait.
What was the last contact your man had with him?
But you know all that. He lost himself in the crowd of the fiestas.
Nothing after that?
Nothing, I swear.
Thank you, Carlos.
Wait. I absolutely forbid this.
Carlos, I intend to find my husband, and neither you nor anyone else is going to stop me.
Pepe, Teresa Alvarez just left. Did you see her?
Yes.
She's trying to track down her husband.
Now? After all this time?
Yes. Follow her. She knew a lot of his friends. Some we never found out about. She may go to them. And what could land her in big trouble.
And it could also lead us to Alvarez.
I doubt it. But keep your eyes open. She's a fine woman. And nothing must happen to her. Understand?
Comprendo. Where do you think she will start?
I don't know. But watch her. Follow her constantly. She might start with Miguel Artijas.
Oh, the, trapeze fellow?
Yes. There is a connection there somewhere. Miguel Artijas was performing the day Alvarez disappeared.
Yes.
And he's performing tonight. Vaya pronto.
Bueno.
It is not fair, Senor Templar. Miguel eats like 2 horses and never does he gain a pound. But me, 1 glass of beer and it shows.
Pedro objects to my discipline. But this business needs fit bodies and steady nerves.
Sure it does.
But it also demands punctuality, hurry, Miguel, and change.
Well, I'll get out of your way.
No, wait a minute. I want to hear about your visit to Spain.
After the show. I haven't seen a circus in years. I'm missing it.
Aha. You shall have my house seat. You will see everything.
Well, thank you. And after the show, we do the town, okay?
My old friend, you have a date.
Good luck.
Gracias.
Beg your pardon. Well, I wouldn't if I were you. He's changing.
Oh, is he alone?
There are his partners with him.
Oh, please, senor, I must speak with him. It is most important. Would you tell him Teresa Alvarez is out here, and could he please spare me a moment?
Suppose all I can say is no. You wait here. Hey, Miguel. This girl outfit wants to see you.
Every girl in Mexico is after Miguel.
Well, this one says it's important. Her name is Teresa Alvarez.
Teresa? Yes.
Get her involved with me, though.
Teresa.
Oh, Miguel, forgive me, but I had to see you.
But not here. I'm still being watched.
Oh, no one saw me.
Teresa. You are very beautiful still. I think of you often. Every time I come to Mexico City, I look for you. And I think surely this time you will come to see my performance. But you do not.
Oh, Miguel, we have so much to say. But what I must know tonight, you were Gaspar's closest friend. You were performing that night in the circus. I know he came to you afterwards. Where did you send him?
Teresa, you're wasting your time. He's dead.
I don't believe it. And neither do you.
No, I don't.
Tell me where you sent him and I'll go away. I'll never risk bringing danger to you again.
You want to find him?
I must try.
They will kill you.
Miguel, I would rather be dead than not know the truth. Tell me where you sent him.
Miguel, we are on in a few minutes. You must dress.
Teresa, we cannot talk here. Listen, watch the performance, huh? Afterwards, we will go to the old cafe and talk, and I will tell you the whole story.
You promise?
I swear it.
Miguel, please.
Well, hello again.
Good evening.
Well, since we're both friends of Miguel's, don't you think we should...
Oh, please, senor. Let us watch the performance.
The greatest trapeze act in the world, the incomparable Miguel Artigas and Pedro.
This was not an accident, senor. I must notify the police.
Not an accident?
Pellet from an air rifle has gone in his right arm. Not a wound that would injure, but a shock that cut short his precision of timing and caused him to fall.
But who would do such a thing?
Teresa,
Do not talk, Miguel.
I must. About Gaspar. I hit him on a lorry that night. Going to San Pedro.
A lorry going to San Pedro.
See. I've been Nido. Santa Bravo.
You've need of the brave saint. One day, the president was taking the salute at a military march past. Suddenly, Senor Templar, how do I know I can trust you?
You don't. But I was a good friend of Miguel's. Go on.
Suddenly, 2 shots rang out. They made sparks on the castle stonework. People were pointing to the roof of a building. I saw a figure with a rifle. I shouted, "There he is! There's the murderer!" I didn't know it was my own husband.
Varus. Of course, 2 years ago, that name burned holes in newspapers.
He was the central organizer for the whole plot to kill the president. He knew everybody involved.
And some of them were big brass,
Yes.
who are still big brass today.
I suppose so. None of them was ever named.
So one of them, or his agent, fired the air rifle at Miguel.
Oh, I should not have gone to him. I'm responsible.
You couldn't help it. It's apparent that a lot of very comfortable tummies get indigestion at the mere thought of what might happen if you were to locate your husband.
But why, unless he's still alive?
I think it's obvious that he is. What beats me is why you aren't.
I didn't know any of his associates.
None of them.
No.
Surely you knew that he was plotting to overthrow the government.
Plotting to overthrow the government is a mental exercise practiced by half the young men in Latin America.
So you didn't take him seriously.
Men must always be taken seriously. But believed, that is something different. And now I must go.
Where to? San Pedro, where Miguel said?
Yes.
He didn't give you an address.
No, it's a very small village.
I have need of the brave saint. What did he mean?
I don't know.
I do. He meant I was to go with him.
Oh, no. I took this on a loan. I'll finish it alone.
We'll argue about that on the way to San Pedro.
Then they hired a car.
Did they say where they were going?
There was a lot I couldn't hear, but Vasquez was watching them. Where they go, he'll follow.
Now, on a long trip, Templar would spot him in the first 5 miles. Will you say highway linkage? The Saint may be useful. He draws trouble like a hot poultice. Get me highway linkage.
Just where did Miguel fit into all this?
Oh, he went to a few of the early meetings. More to please Gaspar than anything else.
He learned enough to become a security risk, is that it?
I suppose we'll never know.
I'm going to make it my business to find out. Getting too hot for you?
No, I'm fine.
All right, you win. I was waiting to see who would crack first. We've been going non-stop for 6 hours. My tongue's beginning to feel like a strip of brake lining.
Regional headquarters? HL7 here. The convertible with Templar and Miguel Alvarez has just driven in. Right.
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
Got a six-pack of cold beer?
See? You have come far, senor.
Far enough.
You go to Durango, Saltillo, maybe?
Maybe. That enough?
Sí, gracias.
Adios.
Adios, senor.
Beer.
One beer, senor, coming up. Icebox fresh. Like the wind off the snows. Winter chasing summer from the throat. My regrets, senor. I have been ordered to detain the driver of the car with your registration number.
Why?
You have passed through 10 police checkpoints following the car which is ahead of you.
So what?
I've been asked to detain you for questioning by the police. I am a deputy, senor.
Well, who do I pay for the beer? You or the police?
You pay me, sir, if you please.
480 miles, and now we found the haystack.
Meaning, how do we find the needle?
Won't be easy.
I keep thinking of Miguel's last words. I have need of the brave saint. What did he mean?
I've no idea.
Simon, do you want to give up?
Never.
You're risking so much. I'm afraid I'm not worth it.
What's that supposed to mean?
You'll find out.
Vengo! Buenas tardes, senor.
Buenos Aires, senora. We'd like 2 rooms with baths, if possible.
2 rooms.
That's what I said.
Garcia! You have come far? From the city, perhaps?
Perhaps.
And you wish to eat?
We're ravenous.
Numeros 5 y 6. He will show you.
Gracias. Stop.
Arriba los manos. Search him.
Now, just a minute.
No tricks, hombre. You're under arrest.
But what has he done?
I don't move 1 foot from here until I see your warrant.
We have your description and car registration number. Simon Templar.
Suspicion of murder.
Let's go, hombre. No tricks, or I shoot.
I'll come with you.
No, senora. You stay here.
Do as he says. No matter what happens, don't leave the hotel.
Pardon me, senora. My name is Juan Pepito Casamegas. The drama I just witnessed, please correct me if I'm wrong, leaves you alone and without an escort in a strange town. If I could be of any service...
Oh, you are most kind, senor.
And bored, my dear lady, bored by the uneventfulness of a lifetime spent traveling in underwear.
father, senor?
A room for the night.
You asked to see me, senor?
Yes, I'd like to know why I've been pigeonholed here for 2 hours without being asked questions or allowed to use a phone.
I'm sorry, senor, but those are my orders. You are to be held incommunicado.
Whose orders and why?
I regret, senor, I can tell you nothing.
Low dresses, high spirits, the pop of champagne corks. I so greatly enjoy these festive evenings. Would you mind very much if I joined you for coffee?
Oh, please do.
Thank you. Our other new arrival is evidently dining alone in his room. How unsociable. The clatter of a third fork and knife might have at least added balance to the acoustics. Did you have a good look at him?
I'm sorry.
The man who arrived after you.
I didn't know there was anybody. Why?
No reason. Please forgive me. You are upset, hmm? No word from your young friend?
No, not yet.
Would it be indelicate if I asked you if he really did murder somebody? Oh, yes, I can see it would.
Excuse me, senora.
Oh, thank you.
News from your young friend?
No. Excuse me, senor.
You are free to go, senor.
Just like that?
Yes.
Well, there wouldn't be any explanations or apologies, nothing chummy like that, huh?
There was a matter of some fingerprints on a beer glass and the ballistics of the murder gun. We hear now from Mexico City that neither tally with yours.
May I ask who the unfortunate victim was?
A police agent. He was killed shortly after your car passed his refreshment stand.
Or how about my gun?
I will return it, senor. That way, please.
Senora was with me. Did you go out?
No, she went up to her room.
She's not there now. You've been here all evening?
Since dinner.
She must have gone out. Teresa! I told you to stay at the hotel.
Oh, Simon.
What are you doing out here alone?
I'll explain later.
You'll explain now.
Well, whiskey would.
It's a trap. Back to the hotel. Now, will you go? Don't you ever do anything you're told?
You lost him?
He's around here somewhere.
Simon, look.
Avenue of the Brave Saint.
That's what Miguel was saying when he died. Avenida, not Avenida of. Avenida.
You're right. This is where he sent your husband.
But which house?
4. You remember he raised 4 fingers? The knife thrower vanished around here. You think it's coincidence?
I don't know.
Yes?
Senora, Miguel Artigas gave us this address.
You knew my son?
You mean you're his mother?
I am. May God have pity on my grief.
Senora, my name is Templar. This is Senora Teresa Alvarez.
Alvarez, you're not welcome here.
Senora, we were with Miguel when he died.
Enter. I was always against what Miguel did for a profession, because I knew always in here that one day he would fall to his death. Now it has happened. My son is gone.
He died peacefully, Senora.
With great courage. He said he loved you.
And you have come all the way to San Pedro to tell me that?
And to ask about my husband. I'm trying to trace him. Miguel said he sent him here.
That is true. I hid him for 2 nights. Then when I found out what he had done, I sent him away.
Where to?
He was not a man, always crying and punishing himself, refusing to eat.
Senora, please tell us. Where did you send him?
He went north in a truck driven by a local man. You will find him in the village. Sebastian Ibanez.
$200. Now talk, amigo.
I took him to La Quinta,
Where's that?
north in the mountain,
But why La Quinta?
because that was where I was going, with a lot of grain. But your husband, he did not care. Anywhere, he said, take me away from here. He gave me his watch. This one.
Yes, it's his.
All right, amigo, if anybody comes asking the same question, you've lost your memory, understand?
Oh, si, senor.
And there's another 100 to make sure it stays lost.
Gracias, senor.
Adios.
Si, senor.
Now let's get out of here before our friend of last night gets wise.
Give me 15 minutes.
But why you kill me? I never seen you before.
The man and the woman. What did they want? What did you tell them?
Nothing, senor. On my honor.
Talk.
They asked me about Gaspar Alvarez. I told them I took him to La Quinta.
Go on.
But that is all. I swear it.
You must come again, senor.
Thank you.
And your next stop, senor?
We're not sure.
La Quinta, perhaps?
No, we're going south.
Have a good trip, senor. Adieu, senora.
Adios, senor.
Hasta luego.
We're higher now. Take a good look.
No, nothing. Maybe you scared him off last night.
I doubt that. Whoever's paying him's given him at least $10,000 to wipe you off the map.
Oh, and I'm paying you nothing to stop them. It isn't fair.
I don't know. It's a nice day. You're beautiful. I'm not complaining.
That's for saving my life.
Let's try to save it more often.
Oh, Simon, the view. Stop for a moment. What's wrong?
Brakes.
Teresa, bail out! Go on, jump!
I can't!
You all right?
Yes, I think so. Can we get out of here? What happened to the brakes?
A good idea. The shadow with the knife.
So that's why he didn't bother to follow us.
You know, I'm getting a little tired of playing big chief sitting duck to a homicidal maniac. I'm sorry. Come on, sit down.
What do we do now? Just sit and wait?
What would you suggest?
But this is the middle of nowhere. We didn't see a single car all morning.
I wouldn't worry too much. The traffic usually thickens up around Christmas.
Thirsty.
Me too. Let's not think about it. Go on about Gaspar. How did you meet him in the first place?
Oh, it was years ago. He came to see my father one day with a petition. Papa was important in politics. And while he was waiting to see Papa, he explained the petition to me. I didn't understand it, but the way Gaspar explained it was wonderful. Here was a young man who cared about life, about injustice, a man willing to fight for his ideals. I fell in love with him just listening to him talk.
I'm afraid he didn't arouse the same emotions in Miguel's mother.
No. You see, with Gaspar, all failure is a kind of death. Having failed in his mission, he would be a broken man. Which is why I wonder if he's still alive. I think he may have killed himself.
You take it very calmly.
Simon, listen.
Well, my young friends, we meet again.
What has happened? We've had a slight accident.
You're not hurt?
Yeah, but the car's a complete wreck.
Well, mine is not. I place it completely at your disposal, please.
Thanks. I'll get the bags. We were very lucky you came along.
We could have been marooned there for days.
I invariably turn up at the most opportune moment. I make a hobby of it.
Yes, you sure do.
I take it you're bound for La Quinta.
You knew that all along, didn't you?
We shall arrive there by nightfall.
There is no telephone. A telegraph office, that is all.
Where is that?
At night it is closed.
Well, what arrangements can I make about my car?
I'm sorry, senor. We have no garage in La Quinta. I can give you rooms and some soup. I suggest you do nothing until the morning.
My friends, this situation is suddenly very clear to me. We are in bandit territory. La Quinta is one of their supply points. Police and army are powerless against them. If I remember rightly, El Rojo is the uncrowned king of these parts. Most of his men are fugitives from justice.
What do you suggest we do?
First of all, we plead poverty, and then we do what we are expected to do. We eat, we go to bed, and things will be much better in the morning. Now, I go for the bags.
You know, it occurs to me if this El Rojo's men are a bunch of fugitives from justice, and Gaspar had every cop in Mexico on his tail, hiding out amongst them would be the ideal setup for it.
Oh, you may be right.
I know I am. We won't say anything to our fat friend.
Why not?
Well, his turning up in the nick of time was just a little too pat to be true.
Who is he?
I don't know. Don't think he's working for the others. Could be a cop, hoping we'll lead him to Gaspar.
What do we do now?
I think we'll beat out a little message on the tribal drums. Padron, this lady is La Senora Gaspar Alvarez. She's looking for her husband.
Alvarez is a common name.
Well, you just put it on the grapevine like a good fellow. Who knows? May bring forth some uncommon fruit. Buenos dias. Think you can rustle me up some coffee?
There's someone outside to see you.
Back quick, huh? Well done, amigo. Well,
You are the Senor Templar?
I am. Well, I'd better go and get the senora, huh? Okay, amigo, lead on.
Where is the fat one?
He's not coming. Vamos.
No vamos.
Good morning, my friend. Oh, for an early ride, eh?
Get on, senor.
No, my dear fellow, I'm well past that sort of thing.
You come.
Escucho, amigo, no quiero cavalcar, ¿entiende?
Get on, senor.
It seems El Rojo requests the pleasure of your company.
Well, can't very well ignore such pointed invitation, huh? You haven't got a camera, have you?
No, I'm sorry.
Pity. None of my friends will ever believe a word of this.
Vamos, caballeros.
What's this, the end of the road?
Say, the fat one and the woman, wait here. You. Hasta later. Go up there. On foot.
If they're going to use me as a clay pigeon, don't wait around to pick up the pieces. Beat it back for the valley.
Simon, be careful.
I lead a charmed life.
I've decided in my heart I loathe horses. They are not only uncomfortable to sit on, they also smell.
What do we do now?
We wait, dear lady, as patiently as possible.
You have sharp senses, hombre. Just spread the wings a little. Well worn. Matte black on the sights. A killer's gun. Blue eyes. The two don't add up. Why did you come here, senor? To die, perhaps?
Well, not specifically. I take it you're El Rojo.
The last of the dinosaurs. Take a good look. And tell me what you are to the woman.
Her name is Teresa Alvarez. I'm helping her look for her husband.
As a bounty hunter or hired gun?
As a friend.
You're a liar. And the fat one?
I don't know much about him. We picked him up on the road. He says he's a salesman.
What happened to the three bears? Didn't you run into them too?
Sure. We left them with the 7 dwarfs.
All right, hombre. You want to meet Alvarez? I'll take you to him. Rosito! Bring the ass!
Come.
Alvarez came to us 2 years ago, a hunted man, hombre. A haunted man. He begged me to let him join us. I was not sure. He was an intellectual. Such men fester in a lonely community. They bring bad health.
So that's Alvarez, huh?
I let him stop a while. He festered. One night he fell. A long way.
I see.
I'm glad you do.
Gaspar,
I'm afraid so.
Yes, senora. Dead. He died of a long fall to earth that began one afternoon in Mexico City. Dead, senora. Irrevocably dead. Do you understand? It was the only escape for him. If you wish to grieve a while, we will leave you. As my guests, you will join me for supper. Then I will decide what is to be done with you. Lucito, guard her. Come, gentlemen. You will forgive the quality of the cuisine. Lucito is better with a gun than a frying pan.
At least I'm forced to applaud your wine.
We steal only the best.
tell me about my husband. I feel he must have become a different person after he came up here. Was he very unhappy?
A dead fire, Senora. Why rake over the embers?
Please tell me about him.
He hated himself.
But why?
Because he lost his nerve.
I mean, when he tried to kill the president, he missed on purpose?
I mean, a pull on the trigger instead of a squeeze. A thing of the mind. Weakness, that is why he hated himself.
Weakness or humanity?
Gaspar Alvarez put all of his trust in ideals, in his friends. Then one day he had to swallow the truth about them in one big meal. It wasn't the fight he had with me that killed him, it was indigestion.
But what was this truth he had to swallow?
That ideals are pictures on the nursery wall. That it isn't love but hate that draws people together.
You really believe that?
If I didn't, I wouldn't be alive. Rule for survival #1. Trust no man. And especially trust no woman. When they act on impulse, they do it right away. But when they wait for 2 years, Watch out.
What are you trying to say?
Simply that this is a put-up job. You came here for my hide. She was just an excuse.
If I'd wanted your hide, hombre, I'd have come for it alone. And I'd have got it. On that rock this afternoon.
No, this whole trip was my idea. I wanted to find out about Gaspar.
About a man who didn't love you. A man who married you for the political connections your father could give him.
He didn't marry me just for that.
He did, for that and money. You know he did.
At the beginning, he loved me.
He hated you. Do you deny that?
No.
Then tell me your real reason for coming up here. How about you, fat man? You're from the police, aren't you? I smelt it the first moment I saw you.
Yes. And you are Gaspar Alvarez. I smelled that from the first moment I saw you. Put that rifle down, Alvarez. Stop acting like a child. Unless I contact Mexico City by noon tomorrow, all this area will be swarming with police 24 hours.
I killed El Rojo. It was me or him. There was so much hate in me. His men feared me. I took over.
Gaspar, you'll be all right. We'll get help. Your men can...
No. No. You still love me, don't you, Teresa? Say it.
I love you.
Sorry, Teresa. Did you really love him?
No. I lied. But he was dying. I had to say it.
Why did you really make this journey?
Simon, you're very kind and good, but it is not what you think. You see, 3 months ago, I fell in love with a man who was everything Gaspar was not. I respect the laws of my church. Divorce is forbidden. Now I can marry. You see, I came all this way not to make sure my husband was alive, but to make sure he was dead.